Hey guys, welcome back to the Fool Show. Of course, I am Foolish Phil. Just wanted to give you some of my thoughts after Michigan defeated Maryland 31-24. Michigan got the 1000th program victory in football, and okay, I mean, you have the ultimate trap game against a good opponent, if you will, especially, definitely. Tagovailoa, I'm sure I'll butcher his name all the time, sorry, was the best quarterback Michigan has faced this year, and he was throwing some nice passes, and yeah, that was tough. That was a tough game, and to combat that, JJ was not on whatsoever. I mean, his stats, 12 of 23 for 141 yards and 1 interception. Honestly, JJ, I know they didn't quite get the picks like Bowling Green did, where JJ threw 3 interceptions, but certainly he was throwing some ill-advised passes that it easily could have been 3 to 4 interceptions in this game. So that's a bit concerning. I mean, obviously you're very happy to get the win, and a win is a win is a win. I mean, like I said, start all the way back up. Michigan looked good at times. I mean, their defense was good. They were getting pressure. Got a sack strip by, I think it was Barnett got a sack strip, and then Moore picked it up ran it in like 3 or 4 yards for a touchdown. But right before that, if you can remember, there is something concerning, right? If you can think 2 plays before that, Maryland had a wide open tight end that was just a little overthrown and just dropped the pass on first down. Almost like he did a wheel route or something. The defense didn't cover him. Second down, Maryland did a nice deep bomb, and the guy was looking into the sun and just missed catching it. He was open. And then third down, you have the pressure, sack, touchdown. So Maryland, throughout this game, they dug themselves a hole with turnovers, no doubt, that strip sack and, but it's like they were just barely missing some big plays in this game. And that was on a few drives. And then you had Michigan inexplicably giving up like 3rd and 11s. Michigan offensively just getting in a funk. And so it all, just my musings here. Doesn't matter anything. Who knows? You don't know until after Ohio State game, right? But it begs the question. Was this the classic trap game? I mean, Michigan's playing its 3 toughest opponents for the whole season in the last 3 games of the regular season. At Penn State, at Maryland, then home versus Ohio State. That's the toughest teams Michigan's played all year, and they get to do them back to back to back. Throw in that, obviously you have Jim Harbaugh's suspension. Having the head coach would help, but that's just what it is, so you can't do anything about that. So all these things piling up, is it really a factor? We just have to wait and see how they play against Ohio State. I mean, maybe Michigan will just be like clicking and they're going to be focused. We'll wait and see. One of the underlying themes of this game, though, was injuries, and that's a concerning thing heading into Ohio week. You have, obviously, Roman Wilson got hurt on the first catch he had, and he's, obviously, for the most part, JJ's security blanket, his speed, especially on crossing routes, on zone beaters and such like that. Losing him after 1 catch, big question. Like, he didn't come back in the game, so he probably did not pass a concussion protocol test in the tent. Nothing guarantees he's going to pass it by next week, either. So that's a big concern right there if you lose your number 1 wide receiver. You also had injuries. Henderson, O-line Henderson, didn't make the trip. Then his backup Hinton got injured. And so you had to go to your 3rd string, and Michigan really struggled in part because Maryland started just selling out for the run, and JJ wasn't throwing accurately. And so you're kind of up a creek there because they'll sell 8, 9 in the box, and you can't hit people. Michigan finally took 1 shot, like 1 shot the whole game. And they hit CJ. I think it was the same route he had his 2nd touchdown against Ohio State last year. Right, the 75-yard or 1-play 75-yard drive where he faked he was going to go out to the sideline. Instead, he snapped it around. and JJ missed him. I know it's a little windy, but just lay it out there. You got tons of room. There's like no defense around. Just lay it out. Let them run under it. And again, that hadn't been a problem for JJ. I know Michigan doesn't throw a ton of deep balls, but it's like there was a touchdown right there. Would have been a 12-point lead again in the fourth quarter, I think, and he missed them. Like the one shot, you're ready to take it, and he missed it. So it just, mistakes compiled, but then they got the victory, right? How'd they get the victory? Special teams blocked a punt, 2 points there for a safety. Domain kicks the punt, bounces at like the half a foot line, if that, and bounces back. It's down at the 1 yard line, leads to the intentional grounding penalty, 2 points. Michigan's up by 7 now instead of 5. That really changes. The defense, Sanders still got the first pick, led to a touchdown. He got the second pick. Off the top of my head, I don't know if Michigan punted the ball back after that or not. But the defense stood up when they really had to. The offense wasn't able to get anything to secure the win till the very, very last drive there, where they ran out the clock. I got to give some shade to Fox. Trente Jones drew a personal foul against Maryland, and I would love to have seen a replay, what actually happened. They did not show that because that personal foul ended the game, right? Then Michigan could just take the knee and end the game. But it would have been 3rd and 5, up by 7. And I would think no guarantee Michigan gets a 3rd and 5 when they're selling out for the run, right? So that would have been a great play to see again, like what actually happened. But Fox doesn't care about that. I mean, what do you make of this game? I don't know. I mean, as a Michigan fan, I'm not thinking, oh man, Michigan's clicking, we're looking good. It's like, they played really well at Penn State. Didn't get put up a lot of points. Got the victory. Looked good for like a quarter against Maryland. Got up 23-3. Then looked terrible for most of the rest of the game, on offense at least. The defense at times couldn't get a stop. That tush push is so frustrating. But couldn't get a stop, right? Outside of getting some turnovers. But the fourth quarter, the defense got a couple stops. They got pressure. His brother, Tala, had to throw the ball away a few times. So the defense made some plays. Me and my brother were like saying, who's going to step up? Who's going to make some plays and win the game? Because the team was not playing well. The team was having problems. You saw Kenneth Grant made a good stop on first down. Then he got a sack. And then, so really important there right before the Sanders second pick. So, people, rose to the occasion and made some plays. And that's what you needed to do. You're not always going to win pretty. I don't know what to make of this game. And hopefully this will just be like, move on. But I'm really concerned about the injuries because your injuries might not heal in 1 week. Maybe they just thought they'd be fine without Henderson. Don't risk him. Let him stay back. Let him rest. Heal up. Maybe that was it. Barrett went out in the first half. He came back in the second half, so that was good to see. But Roman Wilson, how is the offensive line going to fully look? That's some big questions heading into this week. Boys, the game. 11-0 Michigan hosting 11-0 Ohio State for the right to go to the Big Ten title game and play, I think it's Iowa, who won 15-13. Oh, man. So, this is, I don't know, you have USC and UCLA and Washington and Oregon coming into the Big Ten next year. I wonder if this might be one of the last few times where you're going to have Michigan and Ohio State playing the game where it means so much. I mean, when you're going to have, no divisions, you're going to have the two best teams playing each other. I wonder how often the game will decide who represents the Big Ten in the title game like this. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. Or will it go kind of like Oklahoma, Texas, where they play in third week of October, I think it is, or something, right? The Red River rivalry. And sometimes they play again for the Big 12 title because, it's been several weeks. It's not a winner-take-all like Michigan versus Ohio State will be in the game. Whew, that's a lot of pressure. I can't wait to see it. This week's going to take forever to go by. So, but it's so much fun. Ooh, rough game. got the victory. Hopefully the injuries aren't so bad. And hopefully Michigan can rebound and play a good game next week. 1,000 victories. Pretty cool. Hey guys, if you have any thoughts, please put them in the box below. I'll try to respond as I'm able to. Thanks so much for watching. Until I see you guys next time. As always, go blue!